Hello and welcome to another episode of The Engineer. Today we're going on, I think, a 52 kill streak on Golmud Railway. Not exactly one of my favourite maps due to the exposed nature of the whole game, but at least we have this extra tank in front of us, as that driver was silly enough to get out, and we get a lucky roadkill on the guy trying to put some C4 on us. A great way to start the video, especially getting the extra tank. You want to be doing that as much as you can on games where there are lots of tanks such as this, especially on Conquest. It will make all the difference to you. The majority of times when I'm playing Golmud Railway, I stay on the A and B flags and sometimes push down to Charlie, because these are the flags that in my opinion will win you the game as long as you have capped Delta in the beginning. If you haven't capped Delta, you're definitely going to have to keep control of A and B. Now this position here, you can see I'm definitely using thermal camo because this tank hasn't picked me up. An RPG and the tank shot in the back kills him in 2 shots. He didn't notice we were there and we were just trying it out to see how quickly you could kill a tank, but that is something definitely I recommend doing. When you're pulling up behind a tank like that who hasn't popped APS, instead of shooting him twice yourself, shoot him once, get the gunner to jump out at the same time as shoot him with the RPG. That way he has a 0 chance of surviving that. Don't both get out at the same time though, because you could risk losing your tank. This road on the left hand side of Alpha and Bravo is quite a useful place just for picking enemies who are on the right hand side of you, especially if you have a gunner, and you can also pick off any snipers on the left hand side who might be hiding in any buildings. Just watch the little red things on the right hand side, because if you get caught on them you will find it very, very difficult to maintain a steady aim. But as you can see, all I'm doing is moving around to get myself nice angles. I can pretty much take down anybody on this flag as long as they're not hiding behind any of the rubble on the far side, and it is a very decent position to help your team push. The only other thing that I like to do on this map as well is help keep control of Delta flag, because it is such an important one for your team. It's like a free flag and it can take a lot of enemies, or a lot of the opposition in fact, to try and take it back for you. Once again in this video I am running with APS ahead of smokescreen. This is possibly the only map that I would really recommend using APS if you're not an experienced tanker, purely because there are so many other tanks that are going to be shooting at you, and as in this position here, I found myself up against 2 tanks. I've used APS to protect myself once, but for some reason my first shot didn't register on the other tank, then he gets a luck shot on me. So I have to bail out. Me and my gunner are repping at the same time just to try and get myself back over the threshold to allow me to get shot one more time without dying. I jump back in, have a quick shot at that other tank, he gets taken down, and then I try and get out of there as fast as possible. But that is the very, very worst thing that can happen when you do have a luck shot on you and you haven't got APS pop, is possibly you're going to have to get out and repair both you and your gunner. It's not ideal to be doing this, but if it saves your life then of course you're going to try and do it, but I wouldn't recommend getting out and repairing yourself unless you absolutely have to. Once again I'm on this position on Alpha, and as you can see, especially with the ground as destroyed as it is, it's very, very difficult to get yourself a stable position to shoot onto the flag. So as you can see, I'm just moving, trying to find myself a little position where I can take down enemies. The more enemies I take down, the more chance my team have of getting this flag back. I'm also wary of all the mines and stuff that's been placed around me. But this is in fact where the streak comes to an end, and it's a shame because it's right near the end of the game and we did a good job of keeping this flag. But on the left hand side there is an engineer squad, all with javelins and a couple with RPGs, and I'm afraid there's nothing you can do if your APS isn't popped against a javelin team. You can see there's 4 of them there. I managed to get a couple of them down, but it's just a barrage of RPGs and such, and we end up getting taken out. A bit of a shame, but I'm not really too bothered because we dominated them throughout the whole game and managed to get the win for our team. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. Hopefully there were a few things in there that you found useful. If you did, leave a like, and I'll see you in the next video.